a woman has value, so her main job is to preserve her value. The man, he has to earn his value, so he since you have to earn it, you got to get out there and self-improve.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, for a woman, just like we said, Whoopi Goldberg is a millionaire, but she ugly. Oprah Winfrey.
I have a comment.
No, Whoopi Goldberg is a millionaire. She ugly. Oprah Winfrey, billionaire. She ugly. Don't know niggas care about her. Like, who care about that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
She's a little prettier than Whoopi.
She a little prettier than... Yeah. She
A little prettier than
I mean, if
Whoopi.
we got to compare...
Compare those two.
Sorry, go ahead. You got a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just feel like from you guys' response is that a way for a man to improve himself, why is the first answer to go to the gym? Like, why is it so physical? Why is it not, let me go to therapy?
Ripper.
I answer.
Ripper.
Well, so gym for a man is therapy.
Good question.
You don't have in order to have a strong mind, you need to have a strong body. It works together. Okay. So gym is therapy for a man, and gym can also be therapy for a woman too. It's women should work out and get, sweat and things like that too. It's good to burn calories. That's good for your mind, and also is good for your body. So yeah, it's not to say that like what you said, like, why is it that like gym is self-improving? No, it's like we're valued differently, right? So women, you look for a man. Like, why do you think you want a man that's taller than you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, now peel the layer back. Why do you want a man that's taller than you? I'll tell you. The reason why you want a man that's taller than you is because you look for protection aspects in a man. And the reason that you want a man that's taller than you is because you will feel more protected by that man. So when a man works on his body, right? And we can't increase our height. That's just something that we can't increase. Right. But we can work on other aspects about us that can provide you more protection. If a nigga walks up on you and slap your butt, I'm more likely to choke this dude out because I've been in the gym bench pressing 225.
No, I get that.
Feel me?
That's great. No, I love that. That's great and all.
But that's the thing. So since we know that women are attracted to certain things, when we self-improve in those aspects, like going to the gym, not only does it help our mind and our body, but it also makes women more attracted to us. And not only that, it's scientifically proven that women are attracted to jaw structure, shoulders, chest. They're attracted to the V-shaped type guy, the bigger shoulders and arms, and the smaller waist, stuff like that. Like just that part, that pretty much the V shape. It goes like this. But men are attracted to the Coke bottle. It's the opposite. It's like, boom. It's like that. Mm-hmm. That's because for a multitude of reasons that has to do with like pregnancy and birth like that. A woman that has wider hips, she's more likely to have more successful pregnancies and stuff like that. But yeah, it's biological too. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I get that. I respect working on your body, staying healthy, and looking great. Because once when you look good, you feel good, right? But at the same time, I feel like a lot of men nowadays are so afraid of going to therapy, and I feel like that needs to be highlighted on more. Like, that is improving yourself, is going to therapy, speaking to a professional, understanding emotion, understanding feelings, understanding how to cope, understanding how to deal with a situation. Because you can have a V shape and look amazing, but if you don't have any emotional intelligence, then what are you really protecting? What are you really doing? What are you providing besides a beautiful body?
Yeah, so a few things that you said that is nonsense, because coping for anyone isn't good. Coping is living in la la land. Coping is knowing you are coping because you don't want to deal with the reality of the situation that you're going through. Right? So coping isn't good for anyone. You don't want to cope. That's one thing to avoid. The other things that you said is about having emotional intelligence. Men and women express their emotions much different. And a man, it's okay. It's natural for a woman to cry. It's natural for a woman to maybe express their emotions outwardly. Nothing happens when a woman is emotional. Nothing happens. But when a man is emotional, war happens, fights break out, school shooters, people in prison, gang fights. Those are all emotional men. So it's not good for a man to express their emotions outwardly. So when a woman sees a man withholding his emotions, they think that the man is, not emotionally intelligent. but that's not true. For a man, emotional intelligence is to act despite how you feel. Because anytime a man acts out his feelings, it goes bad for him and other people. But for a woman, you tend to look at it differently, because normally when you act out your emotions, things really don't go too bad. Besides that crazy girl that was on this other podcast and she tried to swing and I had to call the cops and she wouldn't leave the studio. Things went bad for that girl. She acted out her emotions. But in most cases, when a girl gets emotional, no one is scared. She's not going to hurt anyone. It's just like, okay, flick, go, bye. You're going. But when a man acts out his emotions, that can be a scary situation.
But that's why you have to go to therapy, to learn how to deal with those emotions.
Well, no,
so you don't start war and you shoot
this is
people.
what I'm saying. That is, I just gave you therapy. I'm
yeah,
not
like
saying
you're putting all your
therapy,
rage into the workout.
Yeah, I'm not saying, I just gave you the therapy. I'm not saying that therapy isn't a good thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the man's therapy is literally what I told you. Going to the gym and mastering himself. So you go to the gym because most people don't feel like working out anyway. So when you do things despite how you feel, you get stronger mentally, right?
Discipline.
That's discipline. So you're doing things even though you don't want to do it. You're disciplining yourself. And as you continuously to go to the gym, you'll have a stronger mind, but what's coming into that, you'll also have a stronger body. That is actually therapy. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, there's other things that men need to work on. Like if they've been through some trauma in their past and maybe experienced maybe PTSD, being in the military or something like that. That's other added on things that we can say that, okay, that man needs to deal with and actually get some help with. But generally speaking, if a man didn't experience any crazy traumatic experiences, that young boy just need to get in the gym. And stop masturbating.
I disagree. I definitely disagree.
He need to get in the gym, stop masturbating, and assert himself, and stop being a little punk. Don't be a soy boy. But go ahead. Why else do you disagree?
I just feel like you don't have to have an issue to go to therapy. You can be happy, have everything you need, and still go to therapy. Therapy is a healthy resource.
Well, that's because you're looking at it from that men and women are the same.
No, not at all. I know they're not the same. I've never said that.
Cool. So here's the thing, right? Women are social creatures. Y'all just like talking. You could just talk. Like, think about it. Say if you even going through a situation, right, yourself, for an example, you could be going through a situation and you call someone. You're not really looking for a solution. You just want that person to listen to you and hear you out, right? Mm-hmm. And you'll be fine. That'll make you feel good and secure. Like, okay, I got this out. Men, we don't operate like that. If we're going through a situation, we don't want anyone to hear us out. No, we want a solution. Mm-hmm. We call our homeboys or our father to help us figure out to solve that problem that we're having. We don't vent and stuff like that. That's what women do. So that's what I'm saying. You are trying to impose the woman's view on the man, which is nonsensical. It just doesn't work like that because men and women are different. So the fact that you say that men need to go to therapy, even if they're not having any trauma or anything, well, that's dumb. Men don't need to go to no therapy. They need to go to the gym. They need to get down and do some push-ups.
So, man, you have it. Your dumbbells will solve it all. You pick up that dumbbell, and you go crazy.
That's facts.
It's only the dumbbells. You gotta get in with your barber, bro. The shape up is also therapy for us.
Wow.
So I'll tell you right now.
You get the crispy. You get the Krispy Kreme edge up.
I'd have been sad as hell over breakups, over everything in my life. I done got a shape up, and I felt like I was a millionaire.
Felt like the man.
And that'd be like your therapy sessions in the barbershop, right?
I'm saying though, like that's
like y'all be talking.
That's
but that's not the same as a woman dyeing her hair.
It's similar. It's very similar. It's very similar.
But then you're like, men and women aren't the same.
No. He's not talking about that. He's talking about the aspect. He was being funny too. Yeah. But he's talking about the aspect of a man getting that fresh cut. It's like, man, you be looking like a whole different person when that taper hit right. So I get what you're saying, and you also being charismatic with what you're saying as well. Yeah. Like, it's funny.
It's somewhat similar, but at the same time, it's not exactly the same though because.
You're getting a shape up. I'm changing the color of my hair. You feel good with the way you look. I feel good with the way I look.
It's not the shit on you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's for us.
I don't change my hair to shit on anyone.
I don't be changing my hair. I be in my bed crying.
You gonna be dying
losing weight,
hair
not
still,
eating.
Yeah, like shit, you gonna be dying here, still crying, still calling your girlfriend like, yo, but he broke up with me, yeah. And we gonna get a shape up, and I'm forgetting all about that. Damn, I gotta line up. Yo, what's up? Where we at?
Where the hoes at?
Yeah, like,
Where the
yo,
button
where we at? But we at some,
Nah.
like, my whole mood changes. But y'all could dye your hair, you could paint your nails, you could put the makeup on, you could change your shoes, you could change your outfit. You still gonna be sad as hell, and you might still gotta go to therapy. But we, as men,
Don't have to go to therapy.
Nah, I'm not saying that we don't. I don't know. Like, I would never like disregard therapy, but we have different versions of
The
it that
haircut
make us feel better
temporary
as
heals.
men. Like gym, for instance, gym is all around. Like
It's therapeutic for men.
it's very therapeutic. I come out feeling, even if I'm not big as hell and bulky, I still feel like, damn, I did something good. I'm getting somewhere. I feel better. I'm forgetting about the situation.
Yeah.
Shape up. I get my shape up. I'm like, oh, damn, like I look different. You know what I'm saying? I feel better. I have a whole different mindset. As a woman, how many times you dyed your hair?
Once.
Well, that's probably a bad example, but my whole example is like, you could dye your hair and do all these things like physically to you, but it's still not gonna change your emotions inside because y'all
And
Question.
a question for
Yeah,
you
like you're
real quick.
emotionally stronger,
Yeah.
regardless.
What's the issue that you're having to not understand why a man, needs things differently than a female? Like, you can agree that men and women are different. You agree to that.
Absolutely.
So then shouldn't the way they deal with things because they behave differently, right? And the way they deal with their problems, shouldn't they need a different shouldn't the outsources be different? Like you're saying that, oh well, therapy, I gave you and I accepted it and said, correct, a woman, totally fine. She could go to therapy because women are like slaves in their head. They're always thinking about so many things. So maybe you do need to talk about your thoughts with a therapist, a guy that's over there, a shrink, like, oh yeah, well, this is what you're going through, and this. Yeah, well, that way. For a man, it's not like that. And that's the thing. That's the reason. That's the problem with society nowadays. It's the woman's mind propagated, which is the feminist movement. It's in the schools, is in everything like that. They're shortening the resources in schools. Why are you shortening the resources? Kids playing and stuff like that. No, it should be an hour. Matter of fact, give them 2 recesses. You know what I mean? Like, because the boys need to be out there running around and doing things and conquering things and playing. Like, the girls, they could have a shorter recess or something like that. Because men and women are different. But the thing is that you truly believe, even though you say that you say that men and women are different, but you actually, what you speak how like men and women are the same.
No, I mean, you just said when a man goes through things, right, they call their dad or their homie, right? So instead of looking out for them, why
that's
don't
not what I said.
What did
I
you say?
said
I'm
that
sorry.
when a man goes through things, he looks for a solution. When a woman goes through
With talking
things,
to a homie.
No.
Or your father.
No, listen. Solution. You know what a solution is? When a man goes through something, he's looking for someone to help him solve a problem. He doesn't just want to talk and just have another person on the other end of the phone saying, yeah, man, I feel you. That's crazy.
Well,
we don't want that. That's what you want.
No.
We're looking to get our problem solved. Listen, you going through that, buddy? This is what you could do. She a hoe anyway. Stop talking to her. Listen, we're going to go out to the club. We're going to have a good time. Or listen, you lost that job. Listen, I got a buddy over here. He owned his warehouse. I'm going to get you in. It's making like $2 more than what you was making before. I'm going to plug you in right there. We're looking for solutions to the problem. We're not looking to dwell in our problems.
What you just
That's what
said,
women do.
No. Going to therapy is not dwelling. That tells me right there that you're uneducated about therapy. Because it's not just, oh, how you're feeling and let me write this down. No, a good therapist will give you a professional solution with your feelings or whatever you're going through.
Yeah, no. You just look at what you just said. You just said a good therapist will give you solutions with your feelings. No.
Or whatever you're going through.
Or whatever you're going through internally, right? Men don't operate like that. We're not looking for no internal solution. We're looking for an external solution because most of our problems become externally.
What's an external
Like straight
solution?
to the point type
It's straight
stuff.
to the point. Our solutions is
sense.
external.
Isn't external your outside?
No, external and internal. So we're looking for an external solution because the external solution will help us with our internal solution. The reason why men are stressed out and beta boys and soy boys is because they lack all of this stuff inside. They lack this stuff in. They lack this. No, I'm sorry. That they lack this stuff outside. They're failing at picking up girls. They're failing at getting the best job. They're failing in a multitude of areas. So then they feel depressed inside. So then they need external solutions, and then that will solve their problems internally. Because if you solved it externally for men, you solved it internally. That's what I'm saying. That's what going to the gym works on. You're working on the outside to help the inside. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I coach men for a living. So you're talking about don't understand therapists. That's a complete lie. Most therapists don't give any solutions to people. They talk about the insides. For women, it's totally different. I'm not knocking on them for women. Women, cool. You're different than us. You need to be always talking about your insides and, oh, well, I kind of felt sad today and I really didn't understand why. Maybe like it rained and my show didn't come on. It got canceled. And you freaking need someone to talk to you about your freaking show. Men don't give a freak about none of that. We trying to, conquer the world. This is different, baby girl.
Like you don't dwell. Y'all don't dwell. Y'all just
we don't
do.
Well, we do.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, like I actually have personal experience with therapy, and like the main questions they always ask is, well, how do you feel about that?
Nigga, I don't feel nothing. I need you to help me.
I know, and if I don't know, I either do know, and I don't need to fucking tell you. Like you're not helping me with this shit.
Nigga, you gonna give me a loan?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm broke,
you give me a job, bro. You
some problems. Nigga, I'm
Yo,
broke.
one thing I can say though, I went to therapy twice. One time I paid probably $100 a month. It was horrible. The other one I went to, I paid $800 a month. It was very expensive. But I went for 2 months and I gained a lot. And honestly, most of my problem was money, and she dead ass helped me find a job.
Oh, look at that.
That's good.
I even told her.
Great therapist.
But there was two different ones though. The first one she would just tell me to do it. The other one my new one that I paid more told me I should. I told her straight up, I'm not gonna lie. Thanks, but I'm not gonna do it. You should fill out resumes and did it. I told her straight up, if you go make me resumes and fill out applications for me and say, yo, I got someone to hire you, I'll get myself up and go do it.
And that proves my point.
She did it.
I get what you're saying about therapy. No one's knocking therapists. That proves my point.
He proved my point just now.
No, he didn't. That proves my point that men are looking for solutions. He talked to someone that gave him a solution.
Gave him that solution.
The one therapist didn't give him a solution, so he had to spend more money to get one. He could have just called me. He could have called the big homie. I would have been like, listen, nigga, I got you.
Like she wasn't talking, she was
not
doing
everyone
for
has
him.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, I get it.
We're saying
I mean,
that
it makes
men
sense.
deal
Men
with
should talk about their
She filled
feelings
out
more, but
all them resumes.
Yeah.
realistically, they don't.
W therapist then on.
I love her to this day.
Because I'm for like men's mental health and stuff like that. I'm
100%.
for them expressing themselves. But like as far as men really sitting down and going to therapy, like my brother, he'd be like, hell no, like I'm not going to therapy. I'm not doing that. I'm not sitting there talking to another person as a grown ass man, like about how I feel inside.
Yeah.
He was like, I'd rather just fix my own problems or like, so I get it because
I just feel like it's not normalized for men to go to therapy, and that's the big issue we have.
I don't think that it's not normalized. I think that as men, we're so used to our feelings and our emotions and everything that we're going through getting pushed to the side regardless because we have to be a man.
But it's not like that. It shouldn't have to be.
So I have a question then.
You're saying that it shouldn't have to be like that. We're talking, you're making should claims right now. He's making an is claim. It actually is like that. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.